Hello everybody, Space Shark here, and welcome back to another YouTube video. It's been a while. If you've noticed, my mic is kind of poopy right now. My mic I was using to record in the past has broke, but I found time to do this again. And you may know me for more so Overwatch content, but I'm dipping my toes into the Dead by Daylight sphere. Now, I've played Dead by Daylight for a couple hundred hours, and I have a lot of fun with it. It's a good party game. I know people take it really competitively, and the communities, it can be toxic sometimes, but I view it as a party game, and it's fun. And I'm getting a little bit off topic right now by rambling, but yeah, today we're going to do a tier list. Now, I want you to keep in mind that this is not subjective. This is my own personal opinion, and I am not a pro player at this game, so how I view one killer may not be how a pro should view it, if that makes any sense. I hope you understand. But for those who are here for the tier list, thank you for watching. I really appreciate you watching the video, and yeah, we will get right into it. Let's start with the Trapper, the original killer. Trapper has it rough. His power could be broken, and where he has to go reset his traps, and he doesn't start with his full power. He only starts with 2 traps, unless you bring certain add-ons. I think Trapper's D tier. I love playing Trapper, so let's get that out of the way. He is one of my favorite killers to play, but it is so rough. Unless you run Basement Trapper, then it's pretty easy if you can. If you run Iron Grasp and Agitation, it's fun. Wraith, I'm gonna put in. Man, Wraith is so tough. He's in between C and B. Wraith is a lot of fun too. These are the original 4 are a lot of fun. I'm gonna put him in B for now. I might change it. Wraith is a lot of fun. If you like mind gaming with killers, he's one of the best for that. His add-ons are exhilarating. That's a crazy word. Wraith, you can literally make such a fun build with Wraith. His add-ons are amazing, and he might be my favorite stealth killer. He's a lot of fun. I'll put him in B. Hillbilly. Originally, his original form, in my opinion, he was an S. Then they nerfed him down to C, and I think right now he's an A with his overclock mechanic. I'm sorry if I don't know the name of it, but he moves a lot faster now. I don't think he can overheat anymore, and his map traversal is beaten by nobody, if not 1 or 2 killers. He's a lot of fun to play, and those curve billies, when you run into them, they are so fun to play. You can't get mad by going down to a curve billy. They're so fun. Nurse is quite possibly the best killer in the game. She defies the laws of physics in this game. Nurse doesn't play Dead by Daylight. She plays her own game. She literally manipulates the game, shuts down all loops, all pallets, all windows, all structures. There's a reason why in the pro scene you pretty much see nurses and spirits around. But yes, Nurse, I don't think anyone's going to top her. I'll see. Michael, I love Michael Myers, for anyone who doesn't know. He's D tier. He is very outdated, extremely outdated as a matter of fact. His power can run out, if you didn't know. Yes, you can only stalk survivors so much before your power runs out. So, I don't know what the devs were thinking with that, but Michael needs a rework. He's extremely fun to play, and I think he may actually be the killer with the most overpowered add-ons. Yes, Michael could be a lot of fun. Scratch Mirror, so much fun. D tier though, he's not that good. Hag, I'm going to put... man. And this is, like I said, my opinion. I think Hag's B. I know a lot of people will argue for A or S. I think she's B. This killer requires you to set up a web, which you can insta-teleport if you're quick enough and good enough with her, skilled enough. She is a menace at holding 3 gens if you set your traps correctly. And you don't really see her a lot anymore, which is a shame because I quite enjoy facing the Hag. Doctor C tier. He's good at shutting down loops, but that's about it, and there's better killers at doing it than him. He has no map traversal. The one thing the Doctor is good at, and he is the best at, is knowing where everyone is around the map. Having that information on knowing where everything is around the map is what the Doctor is really good at. Huntress, A tier. Quite possibly the best range killer in the game, the best projectile killer in the game. Once you learn how to get those hatchets and her trajectory, man, you could be a menace in most games, being able to just cross map where you think generator is being worked on. You can literally put pressure on the entire map with the Huntress. She's a blast to play. Has a slower movement speed, and of course you have to reload, and of course she has more hatchets now. But when you can keep pressure around the whole entire map like that, you're going to be a top tier killer for sure. Bubba, C tier. I think the only thing keeping him down from D is the fact that he can insta-down at any time. But the problem is he has no chase power. He has no chase power. So you have to run loops really tight with Bubba to end chases. But the thing is, with the chainsaw, because everything is so clunky and the hitboxes on structures in this game is kind of crazy, you'll get into a tantrum with him. And it's a little hard. Unless you know what you're doing. Unless you're spooking jukes. But yeah. Bubba, easy C tier. Freddy, see, a lot of people put him in D. I don't see it. I think Freddy's a C. I think Freddy is an average killer. I don't think it's as bad. His dream palettes they're all right. They only really work against new players. They're not really going to work against the Swift because they're going to communicate about the dream palettes and the fake palettes and where you put them. The dream snares are all right. A little bit of a slowdown for loops. Not as good as traps though. I think Freddy's main ability, his real power, comes in the fact that he can teleport across the map to the generators, which are the main thing you got to defend. It's a pretty good power in my mind. I'm gonna put him in C. Freddy has pretty good add-ons too. The pig, I'm going to put in C. A lot of people would put her in D. I think she's a fun stealth killer. Let's not get that wrong. The problem is her power doesn't really get much value from it. Yes, it gives you some slowdown with the head traps, the reverse bear traps, I should say. But sometimes people will get him off on the first box, and it was kind of just like a waste, I guess. I haven't played Pig too much, so I can't really speak too much about her, but I'm going to keep her in C tier. Clown, I'm going to put in C tier as well. Clown is really good at shutting down loops with his bottles. And now that he has his piss bottle, his yellow bottle for the his endurance, he's solid. He has no map traversal. The yellow bottle doesn't give you crazy map traversal. It's something though. I think he's a C tier killer though. He's solid. Spirit. I think Spirit. Oh man. This is tough. A for now. S, you're a different breed if you're an S. Spirit, I would at one point put an S with the add-ons that she used to have, but they have changed those. I think Prayer Beads, I could be wrong, was the one that they couldn't hear you phase walking, but like I said, I could be wrong. Spirit, it's a very easy killer to play. It's very easy to do good with her. Very hard to play against. Her main playstyle is what they call a 50-50 game, where you go to a loop as a survivor, and you gotta guess which side of the pallet she's gonna pop up on. And if not, you die, so not really fun from the survivor's point of view, but I like Spirit. Great jump scare killer. Gonna put her in A tier. I feel like there's more I should say. I just don't know what to say right now, so A tier. Legion. I think Legion is not that good power-wise. What can I say about Legion? I know there's a lot of people who love Legion, and I know I'm going to get some hate for it. But his power is just to injure people. And good survivors will just not heal. You know, people who are comfortable not healing kind of just... I don't know. don't know what to say about Legion, man. I would like to see a rework if possible, but Plague. Now, Plague, you could say falls in the same boat as Legion, but I completely disagree. I think Plague is a solid B tier killer, better than average. Has the same effect as Legion, as she can keep you injured, but the thing is, Plague's game is interesting because if you decide to heal, you give her an enormous amount of power. You give her her purge. I think it was called Vile Purge. Could be wrong, but it's an ability where if she throws up on you, she can down you pretty fast. So it gives you it gives you that game where are you gonna heal or not? What are you guys gonna do? The whole team has to work together. Just so everyone knows. I like Plague. Plague is a lot of fun. B tier. Ghostface, I'm going to put in C tier. C tier is filling up pretty fast. Ghostface, I think, is universally loved as the most fun stealth killer if you go by the community's metrics. He's a lot of fun. His revealment mechanic is very clunky. I don't know if they changed how it works or not, but sometimes it takes ages for me to reveal him, and by the time that happens, I'm already exposed. So it doesn't really feel fair when I get exposed by him, but he's a lot of fun to play. He's a lot of fun to go against. Not more much I can say. Ghostface is definitely a C tier. Demogorgon, he is known as the most balanced killer in the game, and for a good reason. His abilities and his powers are not overpowered, and yet they were fun and engaging, and they're fair for all survivors. The Shred is a great mind game. It's a great mind game. It's great for catching up to people. It's great for breaking pallets. His upside down traversal is pretty great, where you could put your own portals, which are cool, and it's also fair that the survivors can destroy the portals. He is the most fair and the most balanced killer in the game. He might be the most fun to go against. Oni is A tier. The one downside to Oni is getting that first hit. So once you get that first hit, though, you start snowballing. He's a snowball killer, okay? And this guy can get across the map so fast with his Demon Dash. Was it Demon Dash? Yeah, and his insta-down ability with his Demon Dash. He is a scary killer to play against. He's also a lot of fun to play against. You gotta heal against this killer, so that's a slowdown. But yeah, Oni, solid A tier. Solid. Death Slinger, I don't know. He's trick shot killer. I'm gonna put Death Slinger in. If you're hitting your shots consistently, because not everyone's gonna hit all their shots, but if you're hitting most of your shots, he's a B tier killer in my opinion. You could disagree with me. He laps map mobility, definitely. He might be the best one-on-one killer in the game, possibly the best at ending chases really fast. Thing is, if you miss your shot, the reloading, it sucks. But yeah, a lot of fun to play. Not really fun to play against, though. Executioner is A tier. He has a massive kit. This guy's kit is so expansive. He can put down his Trials of Torment to summon you to a cage. He has a range attack. Alright, this guy counters Decisive Strike. It might counter off the record too, his cages, I'm not sure. He is a lot of fun to play as. He's a little frustrating to play against. For some reason, I'm always tunneled by a Pyramid Head. So, don't know how that works, but it's great. The Blight, S tier. Bro, Blight might be the best map traversal killer in the game. He might be. He really might be. He might take the cake for that one. Blight is so much fun to play, and he's so fun to play against. But it's a little annoying because sometimes you can't really do anything against the killer. That's why he's up in S tier. He's really good. He used to have some really crazy add-ons, but I'm pretty sure they nerfed it a couple months ago. But Blight is a lot of fun. Let's move on. The twins. Now, I still haven't faced any twins since their rework. I'll put them in B. Having two different killers that do two different things is pretty cool. Victor's a lot of fun to play, but I also find him really miserable to play against. He is so fast, and yeah, you can guard stuff with Victor too. You could play very defensive style. Typically what I've seen is that people will slug with the twins a lot, which isn't really a lot of fun, but hey, you bought the game, so you play how you want to play, I guess. Twins, I'll stick in B tier, like I said. Trickster. I know a lot of people say Leatherface is the best camper in the game. I think Trickster might actually have him beat on that one. I'm gonna put I'll put him in B tier. Trickster's good. He's good in most loops, especially if they're low wall loops. If you can aim with Trickster, he's devastating. He is miserable to play against, I'll tell you that. He has some pretty good add-ons, nothing crazy. He's fun to play as, though. But he is really map dependent. He's definitely a map dependent killer, so we're going to stick him in B. I enjoy him though. Nemesis is B. For some reason, this is a killer I always get tunneled by. His zombies are hit or miss. They're either trash or they're amazing. His zombies can come in clutch, and sometimes they'll stand in the corner of the map and do nothing. His whip takes 3 hits to down people if it's your first time chasing them. He does have slowdown with the vaccines, and he's able to break pallets really fast and hit you from a distance with the whip. He's a lot of fun. Pretty good kit. B tier. Pinhead. A. He might actually have the best slowdown in the game because of the fact that one person always has to be going for the boxes unless you get the chain hunt, and that's just miserable to go through. Against solo queue survivors, he's a menace. Against a Swift, not so much. He might have one of the highest skill gaps for his power. But working together, you can dismantle a Pinhead pretty easily. What else can I say? Miserable to go against. Very hard to play. Still an A tier. Artist, I'll stick in A tier. Artist, I think I could be wrong. I don't know why I'm out of breath right now, but whatever. Artist, I think, has really good map knowledge. Not as much as the Doctor. She's really good at keeping track on who's on gens and where they are, where there are crows. She can be pretty good at shutting down loops if you're really good with angling your birds. And she's really good at tunneling. So, there's that. We keep her in A tier. Sadako. I don't know. I'm stuck between C and B. I'll go B. Sadako is average. She used to be really bad. She's really good at tunneling. But she is decent map traversal depending on where the TVs are, especially if they're next to generators. That's always a plus. You don't really get too many people condemned. The survivors typically stay on that. She is technically a stealth killer with the way she can manifest and demanifest from the world. She's alright to play against. Could be annoying sometimes. I love playing as her. She's very fun to play. I'm going to stick her in B tier. Dredge, in my opinion, is the scariest killer in the game. But I don't think he's that good. I'm going to stick him in C tier. Really sad, because I love the Dredge. Being able to teleport to lockers is cool, since there's so many of them on the map. But sometimes you'll aim for a locker and it'll teleport you to the wrong one, which is kind of frustrating. And sometimes lockers are just so far out of the way, it's not worth teleporting. The Remnant is pretty cool. Being able to leave like a little portal behind and teleport back to it. Has a pretty good anti-loop. C tier. Wesker. He's B tier now. I think at one point he was A tier, but they did nerf him a little bit. He's very good at tunneling. What a surprise, especially with his Ouroboros. When you get infected, you get hindered for a little bit. so he's pretty good at catching up to you. He's a lot of fun to play. Definitely up there in some of the most fun killers to play. Some pretty decent perks, pretty decent add-ons. I don't know too much about him, so I'm not going to speak if I don't really know much. B tier. The Knight is a B tier killer. The Knight might be the most frustrating killer to play against. He could summon one of 3 different guards for a chase. Each one is pretty much do the same thing, but they do it in different things. One is faster. Yeah, like I said, I don't know too much about him, but he's a lot of fun to play. Miserable to play against, and I'm sticking him in B tier. Skull Merchant, I think, is a C tier killer. Now, hot take, Skull Merchant was never good. She's just really good at running a 3-gen strategy. Not so much anymore since they nerfed her drones and reworked her a little bit. But yeah, not bad enough to be down in the D tier with the others, but C tier. Let's go with this guy. This guy has an extremely high skill floor and an extremely high skill ceiling. This killer might have the highest escape rate when you play them. The Singularity, that's his name, I'm sorry. His cameras, in my opinion, are really hard to use. He has good map knowledge. Good map traversal if you can hit your shots, but I can never do that. Sticking him in C tier. Let's go with the Xenomorph. She, I think it's the queen, it could be. B tier killer. Has pretty decent map traversal. Has a really good mechanic to hit people over pallets. If you're good at timing that, we're going to put the Xenomorph in B. I'm sorry that I'm rushing through this, but Chucky, I'm going to stick him in B. Stealth killer. I think they just nerfed him to where he can't scamper under pallets anymore. He now has to do his slice and dice to scamper under a pallet, which is a really good change because it was kind of cheesy. I like facing Chucky. I know a lot of people don't. I have tons of fun facing Chucky. I have tons of fun predicting when he's going to come, when he's in his hide and hill mode. Yeah, Chucky's solid. He's a B tier. And the Unknown, we're still learning him. His UV is very skill dependent because there's basically no splash damage. I'm pretty sure you have to direct hit him or get like inches from them. It's a very small splash effect. He has pretty good map traversal depending on where you leave your what the hell would you call them? His clones, his shells, whatever they were. He's really good at teleporting to those if you can leave him in the right spot. Other than that, just a solid M1 killer. I'm gonna put him in B. Let me know how I did, and if you guys agree with me, and how you feel. But yeah, this is my list. Thank you for watching, everyone. And this is Space Shark signing out. Bye, guys.